Hiya! At the end of 2015, I did my top 5 TV shows of the year, and since I've watched a lot of TV shows, it's time to make it an annual thing. So this is my top 5 TV shows of 2016. At number 5 is a very recent show, but a show I fell in love with unexpectedly very quickly, and that is Conviction. The reason I actually watched the show originally is because my favourite actress, Hayley Atwell, plays the main character in this show. Going in, I hardly knew anything. I just knew it was an American crime show, and I was really interested to see Hayley Atwell, who was originally British, be American for a while, and she pulls it off so great. You can't even tell. One of the main reasons why I love this show is just because once you think you've got the structure of the show, it changes around and it just hits you in the face and you're like, crap, how did I not think of that? Oh my gosh. Every single ending I'm always like, bro, oh no, how? The show has very Sherlocky Luther vibes, but obviously it's more American since it's an ABC show. So basically this show is about the CIU, which Hayes Morrison, Hayley Atwell's character, is blackmailed into running since she got involved in drugs and she could either go to prison or become the leader of the CIU. So each episode the CIU will go over past cases and make sure that the arrest was just and that the person who was convicted as guilty is actually guilty. But one of my favourite things about the show that made me fall in love with it is that it tackles some very serious issues but does it very low key, which I think is really good for an American TV show, because if you were to equality at America, they'd be like, no thank you. Some of the issues the show's tackled already is race, religion, sexuality and corrupt government, all relevant things currently in America and in the world. Another reason to watch this TV show, without me giving away too much, is that 2 of the main characters are LGBT. If you like crime shows and suspense and not knowing what's going to come next, Conviction's perfect. At number 4, it is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Every single year I will watch one really good sitcom, and this year it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine is about a police force in Brooklyn, obviously. Smart it is for its jokes. It's not your traditional American sitcom. A lot of American sitcoms will get their jokes out of insulting a certain group or like just being rude. It's just about these detectives running around, you know, solving cases, sort of, but you don't see a lot of the case solving. You see more of what happens in the precinct with them just messing around, interacting. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a very Tumblr quote-worthy show. It has such great one-liners and I see them all over Tumblr all the time, which is one of the reasons I actually started watching the show. There's one quote which I think sums up the show, and that's when this murder suspect was trying to justify why they killed someone, and then Jake Peralta just goes, great motive, still murder. So if you like American TV shows or something that's just stupid and you don't have to think about it too much, watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Number 3. This is a TV show that I plan to watch for so long. One actor that I really like and think is hilarious is in this TV show, and I'm so upset that I left it until 2016 to watch it, because unfortunately this show is currently airing its last season ever on MTV, and this show is Teen Wolf. So the actor I was talking about is Dylan O'Brien, and he plays Styles, which honestly, he made me fall in love with the show so hard. Everyone will be fighting and being stabbed in the face, and Styles are just there like a bat and be like, guys, you know, some like funny comment. It just like brings you out of the intenseness of the show a bit. Even when it's like a bit sad and depressing and stuff, you can always count on Styles to just bring up the mood and make you be like, oh boy, dude, how are you still alive? This show follows Styles and his best friend Scott, who was bitten by a werewolf. By the name you can tell they're both teenagers in high school, and one of them's a wolf. Teen Wolf. Not rocket science really, but knowing it's going to end has been really hard. I've tried to distance myself from the show so when it does end it won't hurt me as much, and I did quite well for a while until I think the 4th season, and then something happened which I tried to be like, I don't care, this show's okay, whatever, and then like I just saw like one of them looking sad and I started crying aggressively at the screen. The show's great. You will laugh, you will cry, everyone's so relatable. I love it. Please watch it before it ends and we'll cry. At number 2, this show really meant a lot to me this year, and I was going to put it at number 1. And in the end, the main reason why I chose number 2 for it is because, firstly, it has very short seasons because, you know, people hate me. And number 2, it unfortunately got cancelled after its 2nd season. And if you watch my videos, you will know what show I'm talking about, and that is Agent Carter. The main reason why I watched Agent Carter is because I was on a mission to watch all of the Marvel TV shows because, surprise, I'm a Marvel stan, but also I wanted to see Peggy Carter happy and healthy because she was one of my favourite things about the First Avenger, and I just love her so much. This show is set in the 1940s, after World War II, after Captain America is frozen for 70 years because fuck that boy, he wanted to go be an Avenger. Great, leave Howard, leave Peggy, who cares? I'm not Solly, shut up. And the show follows Peggy Carter, who works as an agent for the SSR. But Peggy Carter, she knows her worth, and she doesn't care if other people don't see her the way she sees herself because she knows that she's great. And Marvel has said that they are trying to get it back on TV. It's just about finding someone who wants to air it. If you like Captain America the First Avenger, it has that same sort of vibe. You get to see what Peggy and Howard Stark do without Steve Rogers around and what was left in the ruins after he went down in that plane. A great character from this TV show is Edwin Jarvis, who is Howard Stark's butler, and you may recognise his name because Tony Stark named his AI after him. But if you are an MCU fan and you don't understand why these characters are important or why people like them so much, I do recommend you watch Agent Carter because it'll just open you into a new light of these people, especially with Howard Stark, because in the MCU we only see Howard really as some dickhead terrible father to Tony, and when you watch this TV show you will see that he's an alright person, just something went wrong along the way when he became Tony's dad that made him just miserable. Do it, watch it, Renew Agent Carter. And at number 1, it's another comic book TV show, because honestly it would not be a Younger list without at least a couple of mentions of comic books and superheroes. I love this show a lot. It's funny, it's lighthearted, I love all the characters, and which is the reason I put the show above Agent Carter. It's because that I love pretty much every aspect of the show, and that fortunately this TV show is still going and it's only getting bigger and better. This show is DC's Supergirl. Don't get me wrong, I've watched all of the Arrowverse in 2016 and I pretty much loved all of it, and if you're put off from watching the DC TV shows because the movies are a bit debatable, honestly forget about them. They're nothing like it. They are not dark at all. I mean, the darkest you're gonna get is Oliver Queen, but Supergirl, there's just something about this show which makes it stand out from the rest of them. Each character gives you a reason to love them and to root for them, and it has a nice mix of the dark and action with comedy and just the characters having fun. I will say this though, season 2 already is so much better than season 1, which is saying a lot because I really loved season 1. I think the best way to describe this TV show, if you haven't seen it, at the end of the day it's a superhero show, but it's a show for a new demographic. At the end of the day, Supergirl is aimed at girls, and the show is just so rewarding to watch. It gives the audience what it wants, but it isn't fan service in doing so. Also, Cara Danvers is a puppy. You will love her, everyone loves her. Thank you for watching. Click there to subscribe and click there for another video of mine. And in the comments below, tell me, do you agree with these 5 TV shows I've chosen? And what was your favourite TV show of 2016? Let's try and focus on the positives from this year rather than the many negatives. Bye!